let's talk about something you probably have in your kitchen right now, saffron. But we're not talking about cooking today. Nope. We're diving into some really cutting-edge vision science and how this ancient spice is unlocking its secrets for protecting our eyesight on a genetic level. It's pretty amazing stuff. So here's the big question, and it's a bold one. Can a common spice really help save our vision from the kind of decline that happens as we get older? I mean, it sounds almost too good to be true, but it's the central question driving some fascinating new research we're going to break down.
The main condition we're focusing on is age-related macular degeneration. You'll hear it called AMD. For a lot of people, it's one of the biggest threats to their vision as they age. And today, we're going to see how saffron literally steps into the ring to fight it on a cellular and even a genetic battlefield.
Okay, so to really get how the solution works, you have to understand the problem first. So let's zoom way in. We're going microscopic to see what's actually going wrong inside the eye when AMD starts to take hold. It's basically a full-blown cellular crisis, a real battle for the very cells that let us see the world. This battle is really being fought on 3 different fronts at the same time. First, you've got oxidative stress. The best way to think about this is like cellular rust, just slowly corroding vital parts of your cells. Then there's neuroinflammation. This is a tricky one. It's like friendly fire. Your own immune system gets confused and starts damaging the delicate retinal tissue it's supposed to be protecting. And finally, mitochondrial dysfunction. This is just a straight-up power failure inside your cell's tiny energy factories. These 3 things together are a devastating combination for our vision.
So how in the world does saffron fight back against all that? Well, this is where things get really, really cool. It's not just some simple antioxidant. Saffron is much more sophisticated. It comes in with this incredible genetic toolkit and basically takes command of the cell's own defense systems. And here is the key. Saffron acts like a master conductor for your genes. It can what's called modulate their expression, which is just a fancy way of saying it can turn the volume up on the good, protective genes and turn the volume way down on the bad, harmful ones. Now, to be clear, it's not changing your DNA. It's just changing how your cells use your DNA to protect, repair, and defend themselves.
And look at how precise this is. Take the CXCL2 gene. That's the one that drives inflammation, that friendly fire we talked about. Saffron tells it to quiet down, turning its expression down. Then you have GPX3, which is an antioxidant gene that gets worn out from all the stress. Saffron comes in and restores it, bringing it back online. And maybe the most exciting part? It turns up a gene called EDN2, which specifically protects our precious photoreceptor cells. This isn't a shotgun approach. It's a targeted genetic strategy. But wait, the story doesn't end there. It actually gets even more sophisticated. There's another layer to how saffron works its magic. You can think of this next part as its secret weapon, its ability to influence the cell's master switches, which are a special kind of RNA. They're called non-coding RNAs, or ncRNAs for short. Now, you probably remember RNA from biology class as the stuff that carries blueprints for making proteins. Well, these ncRNAs don't do that. Their job is way cooler. They're the foreman of the cell. They're the ones with the clipboards directing all the critical operations, like managing those little mitochondrial power plants and coordinating all the antioxidant defense signals. They are the true master regulators. So how does saffron use these master switches? It's a pretty clear 3-step process. First, the active compounds in saffron get in there and influence the activity of these specific ncRNAs. Then, those ncRNAs get right to work, fine-tuning the cell's energy output and cranking up its defenses. And the end result? The retinal cells just become tougher and more resilient, staying healthier and stronger even when they're under the kind of stress that normally leads to AMD. Okay, so what does all of this incredible science really mean for us? Well, it's moving this entire conversation from the kitchen spice rack right into the doctor's clinic. We're now talking about real-world applications and how these discoveries could genuinely change the future of how we care for our vision. So what's next? Well, researchers have a pretty clear path forward. First, they need to run large-scale clinical trials to prove these effects in humans. If that works, it could lead to things like personalized nutrition plans, where saffron is recommended based on your specific genetic risk. And thinking even further down the road, we might see brand new therapies that target RNA directly. But the real goal here is to get saffron integrated into early AMD care, to protect our vision before it's ever lost.
You know, a key quote from the research really just sums it all up perfectly. The real power is in the synergy.
It's not just that saffron is an antioxidant, it's that powerful 1-2 punch. The combination of its antioxidant ability with its incredible capacity to regulate our genes that points to its genuine potential in helping manage AMD.
And that kind of leaves us with this final, really fascinating question to think about. As science keeps unlocking the genetic secrets of natural compounds like this one, it really makes you wonder, is the future of eye care and maybe even other parts of our health already sitting right there in our kitchen?